Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Kaya Gaudamandala Toma Vina Kedayalo Jagat Sansare Toma Vina Kedayalo Jagat Sansare Patita Pavana Itu Patita Pavana Itu Patita Rama Acharya Sotarasta Swishya Abhay Chananada Vindi Bhaktivedanta Swami Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai Acharya Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishwapad Paramahamsa Privad Acharya Astotarasta Swishya Shila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Ma Shila Prabhupada Ki Ananda Gudi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Chaitamrita Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi Namavidat Bhaktavranda Ki Jai to glory of the Assemblée. Glories to the Assembly. Glories to the Assembly. Glories to Shigu Shigu. C'était le numéro de verset.
32 et 34. 32 à 34.
32. Est-ce que quelqu'un peut reculer un peu le tableau pour que je puisse voir Krishna? Super, merci. Krishna,
Krishna,
Guru,
Guru,
Bhakta,
Bhakta,
Shakti,
Shakti,
Avatara,
Avatara,
Prakash,
Prakash,
Krishna,
Krishna, He, Chaya, Rupe, Kalina, Vilasa,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Prabhu.
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakasha.
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Hai Chaya Rupe Karena Vilasa.
Krishna
Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas, Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakash.
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karena Vilas.
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakash.
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karena Vilas.
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakash.
Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakash,
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karena Vilas.
Krishna Chaya Rupe Karina Vilas,
Krishna.
Krishna.
On fait la classe en français ou en anglais? Alors, qui ne comprend pas l'anglais?
Tout le monde comprend français.
Non.
Sauf
Non, non.
les mots.
Who doesn't understand French?
Ah.
Je suis pauvre also.
Petit peu.
So, it's better we make in English, because there's one person who doesn't understand English, and we need a translation on that. Tu peux traduire pour les autres, s'il te plaît? La petite. Elle va traduire pour toi.
Non, elle comprend l'anglais. Elle comprend pas français.
Ah, you understand English?
English, yes.
Ah, ok. Qui ne comprend pas l'anglais? Everybody understand English? Wow, it's magical.
It's good.
Okay, English, let's go. Krishna,
Krishna,
the Supreme Lord,
Super
Shri Krishna,
Shri Krishna,
Guru,
Guru,
spiritual masters,
Spiritual Master,
Bhakta,
Bhakta,
the devotees,
Devotees,
Shakti,
Shakti,
the potencies,
Potencies,
Avatara,
Avatara,
the incarnations,
Incarnations,
Prakash,
Prakash,
plenary portions, Krishna,
Krishna,
Lord Krishna,
Lord Krishna,
Echaya Rupe,
Echayarupe,
in 6 features,
Pictures.
Karena Vilas,
Kalinavilas,
enjoys.
Enjoys.
Translation by Its Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters, the devotees, the diverse energies, the incarnations, and the plenary portions. They are all 6 in one. Donc il n'y a pas de teneur importée, on va lire jusqu'au verset 34. Verset 33, verse 33. I therefore worship the lotus feet of the 6 diversities of the one truth by invoking their benedictions. Verse 34. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakam Tat Prakashamscha Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samgyakam. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Purport. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has composed this Sanskrit verse for the beginning of his book. And now he will explain it in detail. He offers his respectful obeisances to the 6 principles of the Absolute Truth. Gurun, in plural, is in number, because anyone who gives spiritual instructions based on the revealed scriptures is accepted as a spiritual master. Although others give help in showing the way to beginners, the Guru who first initiates one with the Mahamantra is to be known as the initiator, and the saints who give instructions for progressive advancement in Krishna consciousness are called instructing spiritual masters. The initiating and instructing spiritual masters are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna. Although they have different dealings, their function is to guide the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami accepted Nityananda Prabhu and the 6 Goswamis in the category of Guru. Isha Bhaktan refers to the devotees of the Lord like Srivas and all other such followers who are the energy of the Lord and are qualitatively non-different from him. Ishavatarakam refers to the acharyas like Advaita Prabhu, who is avatar of the Lord. Tat Prakasham indicates the direct manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nityananda Prabhu and the initiating spiritual master. Tat Shakti refers to the spiritual energy, Shaktis, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadada, Damodara, and Jagadananda belong to this category of internal energy. The 6 principles are differently manifested, but all equally worshipable. Krishnadas Kaviraj begin by offering his obeisances unto them to teach us the method of worshipping Lord Chaitanya. The external energy of Godhead called Maya can never associate with the Lord, just as darkness cannot remain in the presence of light. Yet darkness being but an illusory and temporary covering of light has no existence independent of life, or light. Sorry. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Om Madhyanatirandasya Janandana Salakaya Chakshurmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prichanine Nirvishesha Shannavari Kashachya Rishanarine Vansha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vasha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Bhakti Swarupa Swami Nitinamine. Thank you very much for coming to this lecture. We try to speak a little bit on the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, very beginning. Okay, so now in verse 34, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author, repeat the very first verse of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? Later you can check it if you want. Vande Guru Isha Bhaktan. So the chapter is called the Spiritual Masters. This is a very important introduction to Chaitanya Charitamrita and to the life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So first the first references given to the spiritual masters. And Gurun is the plural, right? Guru is singular, Guru. Vande Guru, I offer my obeisances to the Guru. And Gurun is plural. So there's many spiritual masters. There's the first spiritual master, actually is not mentioned here, is the Vartma Pradaksha, right? Vartma. Vartma means the path. The first person who introduced us to Krishna consciousness is our Vartma Pradaksha Guru, right? Very important Guru. Even if his Guru sometimes is not, he can be sometimes he's not really practicing seriously Krishna consciousness, right? I don't know. It happens many times. Yeah, I remember for me, we can share it if you want. This is a very interesting situation. I remember for me, who introduced me in Krishna consciousness was Cambodia, no, not Cambodia, Thai, Laos friend. We were hippie together, doing many nonsense. And he said, look, come, I bring you to a nice place in Paris, and you can enjoy a nice meal there, you know. And every Sunday they distribute free food. We didn't have many things to eat, you know. And we are spending our little money in nonsense stuff. So he told me, come with me, I'll show you a nice place. So we had some nice Sunday feast prasad. It was in, I don't know, for those of you who know, Rue Le Sueur in Paris. This is the very first place where Srila Prabhupada installed the deities of Paris, Radha Parisheshwar. It was near the Arc de Triomphe, right? And so we have, some pilgrimage place there because Srila Prabhupada was walking along this avenue. This is Avenue Foch. And when we did some recalling of Prabhupada arriving in Paris, the devotees made Harinam on this avenue. This is a pilgrimage place, following in the footsteps of Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was in Paris, he was walking every day there in Avenue Foch. So I was introduced by this hippie, but he never became a devotee. So for you, how you were introduced? By who? Can you remember? It's a long time ago, right? Jyoti. No. How you were introduced, the very first person who bring you to the temple, or give you a magazine, or give you a book, the very first person.
The first person I saw was Bhagavan.
Yeah?
Because I was in Paris in 1983. I saw an advertisement. Spiritual master in Paris, 15 jours du jour, l'arbre à souhait. So I saw that. I was interested in spiritual life. I was already involved.
And you went there?
A couple of years. I went to l'arbre à souhait. First person I saw was Bhagavan giving class.
Okay. So you was introduced by Bhagavan. Bhagavan dance. You were introduced by?
I got a flyer in Central Park, and then when I went to the temple and I stayed a few days, Yogeshwar gave me his Bhagavad Gita, and he was giving me a class every day.
Was preaching to you.
Yeah.
You were introduced by Yogeshwar. And Gandharvika, you were introduced by who?
You? My father.
I teach her when she was 1 year old, boredom in front of the deity. She was doing it very good.
Till now. Continue.
Eating only prasada. Yes. And you?
My brother, he bought a book.
He brought a book home.
Yes.
Okay.
My brother.
That's how you were introduced. So he's your Vatma Pradaksha Guru, your first Guru in your spiritual life. So this is how it is. Okay. So this is not mentioned here because the Vatma Pradaksha, like we explained, he can sometimes be, not practicing himself Krishna consciousness. The other gurus, because we have Vande Guru, Lord Srila Prabhupada is explaining this is plural, because there's many different gurus, right? And we'll come back on the Guru Tattva after. Then we have Isha Bhaktan. Isha Bhaktan means the devotees of the Lord. Isha is the Supreme Lord, and Bhaktan is the devotees of the Lord. So this is the second Tattva, very important in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vande Gurun, the Gurus, and then comes the Bhakta. It doesn't come immediately Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No, first he is introduced by the Guru, then he is the Gurus in plural, then he is introduced by the Bhaktas, right? So, association of devotees is very important. When we develop a little faith in Krishna consciousness, Ado Shraddha, little faith, then we get immediately the association of the devotees. So we are, and so if we stay in the association of devotees, we have chance to go further in the path. And the path is Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, and Bhajana Kriya. Then we get some purification. By the practice of Krishna consciousness, we get some purification. And inside the bhajana kriya, we find the initiation, the meeting of the spiritual master, right? So initiation is part of the bhajana kriya. The kriya is the cleaning. Just like the yogis, they do this kriya yoga. You know kriya yoga? They clean everything. But it's not the same cleaning as we do. They clean the stomach, they clean sometimes it's really special, you know. They clean the nose, you know, like this, they put something in the nose. This is kriya, you know. Yeah. And, but we do bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means through practicing of Krishna consciousness, then we clean our heart mainly. And we transform, and we make a transformation of the body also. The body is following, actually, in this purification. So we have Isha Bhaktan. Isha Bhaktan, this is very important principle. If we stay in the association of devotees, when we can go further, we can practice properly Krishna consciousness. And then we have the Tattva Ishavataram. Ishavataram means the avatars of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And the avatars refers to all the incarnation of the Lord, right? Like Advaitacharya and the other avatars, the main avatars, like, just like lifetime, we name all the names avatars with the 10 main avatars, like Buddha, like Kalki, like Vamana, etc. Krishna and Balaram also. Although Balaram is another category also. Then we have Tat Prakasham. Tat Prakasham is very important for us. This refers to Nityananda Prabhu, the Prakash, the manifestation. Just like also Balaram is the manifestation of Krishna, is the Prakash of Krishna, and the spiritual master. This we have, spiritual master is a very, very important matter in our life, because actually the spiritual master is the manifestation of Krishna. Tat Prakasha. And we have Tat Shakti. Tat Shakti. Can you give me an example of Shakti?
Shakti Vishadata.
Yes, this is one Shakti. And Radharani, just here. Ladini Shakti is Radharani. Pleasure potency of Krishna. And Shiva Shakti also. And what about us? Are we Shakti? Are we Prakash? Are we Avatar? Are we what we are?
Shaktiman is Krishna.
Yeah.
We are energies.
What do we are? Jiva. Which category are we?
Jiva Shakti.
Jiva Shakti. We are Shakti also. We are Shakti also. That Shakti refers to the spiritual energies. Okay. And so, in the sense, the Jiva Shakti is non-different from Krishna. In the proper, and comment ça s'appelle, quality. In quality. But it's not in quantity. Just like we are Shakti as the same, in the same category as Radharani, we are Shakti. Now we cannot say we are as powerful as Radharani. No, because Radharani has all the powers, and we have minor powers. So this is the philosophy of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches that we are minor, so we are minor, and we have the same potency. in this quantity, in this small quantity, in this minor quantity. So we have that Shakti, and we have, and in this Shakti, in the pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we find different devotees who are different Shaktis of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We find Gadadhar, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar. And Gadadhar, who is he? Is the manifestation of Radharani. Okay. Then we have also some personal associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Swarup Damodar Goswami is another Shakti of Sri Chaitanya, of Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is a Vishaka, right? This is one of the 6 Manjaris. Astashaki. Voilà. Thank you. And we have Jagadananda. Who is he, Jagadananda? Satyabhama. One of the queen of Sri Krishna, Krishna's pastime. So we have a book, it's called Gora Ganodesh Deepika. This book you can find, of course, with the help of Bhakta Google. Gora Ganodesh Deepika. And you have all the correspondence of the different associates of Krishna who took birth in the pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All these names are listed. So these 6 principles here, Srila Prabhupada explained, these 6 principles are differently manifested, but are all equally worshipable. So this is not like we worship Krishna and we worship nobody else. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have these categories of bhakta. And the first category is worshipping only Krishna, and is not giving attention to any other person. No. I worship Krishna and the devotees, no. Prabhu, can you help me? No, I worship Krishna. So this is the first category of bhakta, the prakta bhakta, right? But the more advanced devotee, he worship all these different manifestations that we saw here: Guru, Bhaktan, Avataran, Prakash, Shakti. He worship them on the same level because they are non-different from Krishna. Actually, the only thing here it is explained which is different from Krishna is what? It's another one. It's another Shakti. This is Maya Shakti. Yeah. It's always in the back, actually. And Maya is not worshipable. It's the only Shakti. It's not mentioned here, not worshipable. Okay, so Guru is plural, right? Guru is plural means what? Means, we have a Guru Tattva in ISKCON, which was not so clear after Srila Prabhupada departed from this world, because different Guru Tattvas emerge, and Srila Prabhupada named 11 secretaries, like say, you can initiate for me when I am present, and then after, when you will be qualified, we will see if you become Guru really. And his prediction was right, because, suddenly appeared a Guru Tattva after the departure of Srila Prabhupada, that these 11 disciples and 11 secretaries, suddenly they become Guru, worshipable Guru. But actually it was wrong Guru Tattva. In the course of time, this happened to be wrong. Because Srila Prabhupada's instructions were not followed. Srila Prabhupada said many times, okay, everyone can become Guru, by the order of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but you have to be qualified, you have to be ready, you have to deserve. It's not that we can say ourselves we become guru. We have three guidelines in our Vaishnava philosophy. We have the guru, we have the shastra, we have the sadhus, right? So sometimes, whenever we take some important decision in life, it's good to consult three of them, right? Right. One important decision. Should I get married? Okay, should I get married? So I ask the guru, if the guru is present, I ask the scriptures. I am qualified, maybe I am qualified, I'm not qualified, and we ask the sadhus also. We ask our friends around us. We confirm. Then we are protected. We are protected to take the right decision. Otherwise, we are, as a conditioned soul, we are all subject to illusion and mistakes. That's the thing very important when we take decision. We are subject to illusion and mistakes. Okay. So it's better to confirm. But if the matter concerns three of them, it has to be confirmed by the two others, right? T'es avec nous? Donc, by the two of them, right? So, two of them means, okay, let's take the example of the scriptures. The scriptures, what is the right scriptures to read? So the guru will tell, okay, Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, the devotees also, we study every day, Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, translated by the founder Acharya of our movement, so we know this is the right scripture. Actually, Prabhupada told many times that we don't need to read many scriptures, many books. No, we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. That's Upadeshamrita. That's far enough. Who can claim to know perfectly Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita? It takes a lifetime. Before, in the other ages, we were studying Vedas, and Vedas took lifetime also. But here in Kali Yuga, because we don't have so much memory, we don't have so much enthusiasm, we don't have so much courage, then it's sufficient. Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Bhagavad Gita. All the answers are in our books. We have one chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is called Srimad Bhagavatam Answers All Questions. You remember which canto is this? First canto. Srimad Bhagavatam Answers All Questions of life. So we don't need to go further. So let's take the example of the sadhus. What is the definition of a sadhu? So scriptures will tell us what is the definition of a sadhu. Like tolerant, merciful, and doesn't criticize others, We want to associate with some sadhus, but sometimes in big communities, sometimes we have many kind of devotees, and so we have to associate with devotees who help us in progress in Krishna consciousness, right? So this we confirm with the guru. Is this a good association for us? We confirm with the scriptures also. And about the guru, it's the same, actually. Guru is a manifestation. We saw it's prakash, manifestation of Krishna. When the soul is ready, I don't remember this verse, it's Brahmanda Brahmite Konya Bhagavat Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasadibol Bhakti. Right. We're wandering in this universe since a long time, very, very long time, actually. For some of us, it can be like 100 years, and few decades, or some of us can be thousands of years or more. Depends where we traveled before in the universe. We travel maybe from the heavenly planets, and it takes a very, very long time to go there and come back according to the earthly calculations, right? So Brahmanda Brahmite, Konya Bhagavanji, Brahmanda Brahmite, we are traveling, around all these universes, and suddenly we receive the mercy, Konya Bhagavanji, Guru Krishna Prasadeboy Bhakti Lata Bij. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we receive the Bhakti Lata Bij, right? The seed of devotion. We start our devotion. And how this is happening? Okay, we are a little fed up of the material world. We've seen enough. We've been traveling everywhere. So at one point, we turn to Krishna. We turn to God. Sometimes we don't even know He is Krishna, but we turn to God. And we say, I have enough now. Please help me. I want to find the solution. So Guru Krishna Prasadeboy. So Krishna is manifesting, Prakash is manifesting the Guru. Right? So Guru is not a cheap thing, and it's not a social thing. It's not like, okay, I want to have a Guru, and there is this Guru is here, and everyone says he's a nice. Okay, can be sadhu, but can be also social pressure. We have to be careful. We had this many times in ISKCON. Guru is, especially the initiating spiritual masters. Initiating spiritual master is very important principle because it follows you all your life. All your life. We will not change of initiating spiritual master. According to scriptures, we don't change about initiating spiritual masters. We can meet many instructing spiritual masters, and sometimes this is occasionally, shiksha, occasionally instructing spiritual masters. They can teach you for 10 minutes, or they can give you a good advice, or they can regularly teach you, or but still, compared to the initiating spiritual master, this is a temporary, teaching. It's not temporary teaching, but it's a temporary relation. But in ISKCON, the tattva is a little bit different. Okay. The tattva is different is that when we come to Krishna consciousness, we take Srila Prabhupada as our spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada as our spiritual master. It's not that before was that we take Srila Prabhupada, okay, we chant Srila Prabhupada mantra, then after we take an initiating spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada becomes secondary. So this is not our tattva anymore in ISKCON. Even some gurus before told him, you cannot go to Srila Prabhupada without coming through me. So this was a wrong tattva also. Actually, Srila Prabhupada is available for everyone. He's available in his books, in his teaching, in his puja. We do Srila Prabhupada puja every day. So Srila Prabhupada is available for everyone since our beginning in Krishna consciousness till the end. So he stays the main Shiksha Guru. And all the other gurus, they are in relative truth according to Srila Prabhupada. Right? What does that mean? It means that if we meet the Diksha Guru, he should be in the line of Srila Prabhupada. He should have the same teaching as Srila Prabhupada. He should follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. This is our tattva. We can meet outside a guru who is not doing this. There's no harm about it. Just like we have many movements now outside, Gaudiya Math branches, and as long as they are in the fourth Sampradaya, although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reunited the fourth Sampradaya. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, only one Sampradaya subsists. This is the Brahma, Madhacharya, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya, right? But we can have a guru outside, there's no harm, as long as they are in the Sampradaya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if we want to claim to be part of ISKCON, then this is our Guru Tattva. This is, Srila Prabhupada is the main Shiksha, and he stays for everyone the main Shiksha, and all the other Gurus, they are related to Srila Prabhupada. So, and the Guru is a compulsory principle, right? It's not that, we come to spiritual life and we say, oh, maybe I take a Guru, maybe I don't take a Guru. I take a Guru if I want. Maybe I am my own Guru. My mind is my Guru. My wife is my Guru. No problem. I have already a Guru. No, this is not like this. Actually, this is explained. Tasmat Guru Prapadyeta Jigyashu Shreya Uttama. What does that mean, Shreya Uttama? Shreya Uttama means the Shreya is the good, the type of good we are experimenting for later. Now we have the prayer. Prayer means, we are when we are materialistic persons. Prayer is always present. My senses wants this object. My mind wants this. This is prayer.
Immediate enjoyment.
Yeah. For the child, immediate enjoyment. For the child, actually, I prefer to play than to go to school. So, play is prayer, and go to school is shreya, right? So we have in the course of our life, we have different prayer and shreya, immediate enjoyment, and shreya is the ultimate enjoyment and ultimate pleasure, actually. But here it is said, Shreya Uttama. And Shreya Uttama is the last one. The last one, the very, like we say, what is the goal of life? So Shreya Uttama is the goal of life, the ultimate pleasure in life. The pleasure that will never deceives us. Because most of the pleasure we have in the material world, they have the reverse side. We are happy for one moment, just like when we see the child, most of the time they are like this, At one moment they love, they're happy, and then the second after they cry because they have some problem. We learn a little bit how to surpass this, but the pleasure of the material world, the prayer, they have automatically their limits. So Tadvijnanatam, the one who wants to know the truth, really. Tat means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the truth. Tadvijnanatam Svaguru Evabhigakshet. And this is also from Mundaka Upanishad. But the other one is Tasmat Guru Prapadeta Jigyashu Shreya Uttama. So means get a Guru. And also in the Mundaka Upanishad, it's explained, Eva Bigakshet means, comment ça s'appelle, indispensable ou must. Must. A must. We must do. We have no choice. Otherwise we go aside, we take a little bit for Krishna consciousness, from spiritual life, but we are not really in. But now the question is that, okay, this is a compulsory thing to take a guru, right? We want to know God, we want to become Krishna conscious, we want to practice in the association of devotees, but who is the Guru? So the Guru is described also as Stratiya Brahmanishta. Stratiya means he is in the line of succession. Discipline. Is the line. Stratiya. And Brahmanishtam, Nishtam means, you know, all Nishtam means fixed. Brahma Nishtam is really fixed in the absolute truth. Brahma Nishtam. Brahma means here Krishna in this. So Stratiya Brahmanistam, one who has perfectly heard the science of God from authoritative sources. This is a qualification. And Brahmanistam means not simply that he has heard, but the result is that he's firmly fixed in God consciousness. So we have to be very careful when we choose the Guru. We have to know these two things. Generally, when we have there is some Guru in temples or in ISKCON, they are authorized, right? And this is also they authorize in the same principle as we talked in the beginning, because now the GBC secretaries, not only they are the authorities, they represent Srila Prabhupada, they represent the Guru, but they ask the sadhus, local sadhus, how is this one is conducting.
These are two lines, of the ISKCON.
No, but this is in the process. This is in the process of selecting a guru in ISKCON, right?
Excuse-moi. Quelles sont les deux choses principales que tu dois savoir, que tu as dit là?
Stratiya and Brahmanistam. Stratiya means he's in the line of disciplic succession. You are with us, Ganga? You have the telephone. Stratiya means in the line of disciplic succession, and Brahmanistam means fixed in spiritual life. And Nishtam is not only like he knows the scriptures, he has to be a Nishta person. Means usually a guru means someone who has a perfect sadhana, right? If he doesn't have this, we have to be careful. It can bring some problem in the future. We have seen so many times Guru, they don't have perfect sadhana, they are not every day in the temple, and then this can be dangerous. The person has to be Nishta, really. Nishta means every day is with Krishna, and every day is coming to Mangalartik, and every day is coming to Srimad Bhagavatam class, and every day is here. And it should be an example for everyone, because what we will do if we don't have example, it will be difficult for us. We're struggling, right? We're struggling to come to Mangalartik, we're struggling to come to Srimad Bhagavatam. But if we have a guru, but the guru is not doing this, what is the nishta? There is no nishta in this. And we lose faith. That is the problem. So we have to be very careful. This is compulsory to take a guru, but we have to take our time, we have to take the right guidance, and we have to be sure. But anyway, even if we make a mistake, we have secondary solution after. Sometimes we make mistake. Oh man, I should not have taken this guru. He's not so strict. He's not so satisfied. His answers are not really satisfying. It can happen also in our Vaishnava society. So what we do at this point? We can take shelter in Srila Prabhupada. That's one thing. But if we need more personal guidance, what we do? Then we approach our Diksha Guru and say, look, with all my humbleness, I need, will you permit me to take, another guidance? That's happened. Like, for example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He had Vipin Bihari Goswami as his Shiksha Guru, but he was not so serious, no strict, so serious. So, we don't have Vipin Bihari Goswami on the altar. We have Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And after Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we have who?
Jagannath Das Babaji.
No.
Jagannath
Jagannath Das Babaji. So he was taking instruction from Jagannath Das Babaji, but he was not Diksha disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji. He had another guru. But if you want to do such a thing, then you have to have the permission of your Diksha guru. This is very important. It's not like whimsically, we say, oh no, yes, still the Diksha guru has many things to learn to us. Even if he's not completely Nishta, he's still more advanced than us, anyway, most of the time. So we have to be very, very careful with this dealing. And one thing I want to share with you is that you have compilations. It's not, most of you now, they got initiation, so it's not like maybe some of you don't get yet initiation. But you have this book, these compilations from Srila Prabhupada, because we are talking only on Srila Prabhupada book, which is called, I don't know, it's not translated in French, it's only in English, I think. This is called Spiritual Master and Disciple. This is compilations. No, it's compilations of Srila Prabhupada. Only quotes of Srila Prabhupada. This is a book, just like we have a Namamrita, you know Namamrita? It's quotes from Srila Prabhupada about the holy name of Krishna, right? Then we have also the Spiritual Master and Disciple. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada only on the, what is a good disciple, what is a good guru, what is the relation between the disciple and the guru, everything you can find. Because sometimes, this is like, if we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we can find, but this compilation there, for someone who wants to study the matter, it's very useful. And for us, the Gyan is very important, that we should know exactly where we're going in our spiritual life, which association to take, which guru to take, etc., etc. And the Vigyan is very important also. The Vigyan is the service. The Vigyan is a service to the Lord and the devotees. We cannot have a Gyan without Vigyan. The Vigyan is the application of knowledge. It's not that in the spiritual world we sit in front of the scriptures and we read the scriptures all day. No, it's not like this. Spiritual, we are trained up by Srila Prabhupada to serve, to study and to serve. It's two tracks, very important. If we serve without studying Srila Prabhupada books, without hearing, then we become sentimental. We are on the sentimental platform, and sentimental platform we make mistakes. But if we just study and no serving, then we become some gyanis. And we become high speculators. There's no possibility of applying your knowledge. Put your knowledge into comment ça s'appelle? Realization or...
Non vegan.
Yeah, vegan. It's okay?
I have something. I make a just small, I want to just rectify myself. The Bhagavatam answer to all the questions, it's in the second canto.
Second canto. Thank you very much.
Second canto.
So if you want, you can read this Bhagavatam. You give to devotees exactly which chapter. It's a very interesting chapter. Bhagavatam. Some question?
Yes.
Thank you. Very interesting this talk about Guru. Something I really have had to understand because I feel the people who affect my, I have no Guru. I'm very new to this Krishna consciousness, but the people who affect my life is people I spend time with every day, That is people who actually I will learn what love is, what envy is. That is people I spend much time with. It's hard for me to understand how a person I maybe meet, I don't know how much, but how can he or she actually affect deeply my heart? You understand my question?
No. The person
for example,
dealing with you every day?
I feel most important people in my life who actually is people I can grow with, and I can learn what life is, what love is, what envy is people I spend much time with, really, and need lots of time to have these kind of deep relationships. So how can I have this kind of, how to understand relationship with Guru if it's a person I meet maybe only a few times?
Okay, I understand. Usually in Vedic science, the devotee, the brahmachari, because it's usually how we start in Krishna consciousness. Brahmacharya should start at 5, but most of us, we don't start at 5, right? How old are you? 20?
26.
26. So, what we do is we spend some time as a brahmachari to be formed in Krishna consciousness and to sacrifice for the Guru. And this is true, this is preferably to spend some time with the Guru, physically, like to get his vapu for some time. Just like Srila Prabhupada disciple, most of Srila Prabhupada disciple in the beginning, they got his vapu, right? Of course, we always say that Vani, the instructions, are the most important things because they stay in the time. The vapu, the physical relationship, don't stay. At one point, spiritual master disappear, aprakat, just like we say prakash, this is aprakash, and manifest. And we can unmanifest also. If we leave our body, we can unmanifest. So the physical relationship is not eternal. Only the instructional relationship means the vani, the instruction we receive from the spiritual master. But at least it's very good to spend some time, to choose a spiritual master. We spend some time with. Otherwise, there's another system also, just like it was applied in Srila Prabhupada time, that we have some intimate associates or disciples of the spiritual master who trains you up in Krishna consciousness. But if you don't have this, then you are little lost, because the temple authorities, they are not obligatory related to your spiritual master, right? It's always good to follow temple authorities, of course, if we want to be in a community. But this is, your question is very important because it's quite important to spend some time with the spiritual master, and listen to his classes, serve him, cook for him, and see his, you have to be able to testimony, his way of life, if he's someone, like we said, nishta, really fixed in his devotional service, how can you know if he's living 10,000 kilometers away? You cannot know, Of course, now we have more information because of the media, because of internet. We have a lot of information. So if you are satisfied with this, that is okay. Main thing is hearing. So it's true that we have to spend somewhere or other time with the spiritual master, either by physically being with him, or either by hearing every day. Just like, for example, you take a shiksha, you say, oh, this devotee, I like his classes, I like what he's doing, his program. Then if you want to get diksha from him, then you have to listen to his lectures, classes, and you mainly, if you cannot be with him physically, you have to be able to write to him. He has to be able to answer you, because otherwise it can become frustration. You know, it can become frustration. C'est bon? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.